order to dynamically generate menus at runtime, you need to bind them to some data source so that data is retrieved conditionally and on demand instead of being hard-coded in your Silverlight application. In our other video, we demonstrated how to bind an AgMenu control to an XML file using XAML. In this video, you'll learn how to accomplish the same thing using C# code. While both ways are equally correct, the ability to bind the menu at runtime via code can enable you to further evaluate the current state of the application and provide a different menu structure if necessary. So let's get started. I'll start with a new Silverlight application project. I expand the Solution Explorer and double-click to open the menu.xml file which I've created earlier. This file will be used to create and populate the menu structure of the AgMenu control. You can see the root menu node and the subsequent menu item and items collections specifying the structure of our menu system. The isCheckable attribute can be set for each item and specified whether the item can be checked when clicked. The isRadioItem attribute specified whether the menu item will be displayed as a radio button. IsChecked allows you to manually set a checked entry. While you may manually set this attribute to true or false for each item, it is assumed to be false by default. And finally, the content attribute is used to specify the text that is displayed for each menu item. Now let's return to the XAML code. To get started, I'll add a namespace reference to the DevExpress AgMenu assembly. I've already added this reference to the project, hence why it shows up in the IntelliSense pop-up window. In the layout route, I create a new AgMenu control, specify a name for it, and apply some basic positioning customizations. Since I won't be binding the menu control to the XML file here, I need to handle the controls loaded event. I right-click and switch to Code View. Here you can see the event handler that's been automatically created for us. Now I'll go ahead and add a reference to the devexpress.agmenu namespace. Back in the event handler, I first check to see whether the menu control has already been populated with data. This is important in a live interactive application so that the menu is not modified if it has already been bound to another data source. Next, I'll initialize a new AgMenu loader, which will be used to load the XML file for the AgMenu control. I'll use the loadXML method to specify the location of the menu.xml file and read it into the AgMenu loader. When that's done, I set the item source property of the menu control to the instance of the menu loader. And I'm done. I save the project, build the solution, and run the application to see the results. And here it is. The menu has been created based on the item specified in the XML data source. Here you can see the pre-checked menu entry. Furthermore, you can see the depth of sub-menus that were created based off our data. Thanks for watching, and as always, thank you for choosing DevExpress.